Now, during slavery, in the Great Dismal Swamp in Virginia, thousands of Black people created a hidden free society. They
In
were
the
called
swamp.
in the swamp. They were called the Maroons. So, what I'm on right now is PBS Origins on YouTube. It's my new favorite channel. I have been gobbling up these 10-minute episodes of history. History we
Oh.
definitely should have been taught in school. Shocker.
My
But
ICU girl this week is Sheryl Grant, who's a former Ms. Olympia, 63 years old. She's a fitness influencer. Sheryl Grant looks 40. I mean, or not, I mean, 40 where? But at 63 years old, she is full mobility, fitness, muscle tone, everything. And it's convinced me that we are approaching aging completely wrong. Like,
so I do think, personally for me, I don't think we do enough of talking our own shit. I think we're quick to hype other people up. I think I'm very quick to hype other people up. But we got to do it ourselves. And Angola, two of the biggest diamond producers in the world, are potentially, or they're in talks to partner up to buy De Beers.
What?
Yes, which is, the company responsible for shaping the entire diamond industry.
Yes, this is
Past
huge.
century. So,
Hey. Hello. We've been away for a week and we're back.
And we're back. Yes.
And we're back.
What a week
hopefully
already.
we were missed. I know. So much. I feel like light years. The days are passing in dog years at this point.
Every
the world
day.
shifted on its axis from one episode to the next.
Truly.
Which is why we need the recharge and to turn on our out of office reply. Well, the autoresponder is officially on. We are at episode 43 of We Are Out of Office, and this marks a year.
Can you believe it?
Doing the thing.
A whole ass year. I know, right?
A whole year of coming together just from a conversation about
and
this little idea.
And you just telling me to show up. Because I protested and you were like, no. Here's the address. Here's the time.
Here's our appointment.
Show up. And I was like, oh, okay. Okay, I guess we are doing this. And now look at us a year later.
Look at us. Here we are. So, what is your autoresponder reply for this week?
I ain't got it.
You ain't got the reply, or that is your reply?
That's my reply. I ain't got it.
I love that one. Can you imagine if that was what you if that was the autoresponder? I ain't got it.
No, it's been a very, very busy last couple of days, and I am just so tired. So I ain't got it. So that's my out of office reply.
Well, my out of office reply is somewhat similar. I am currently out of the office because if the government ain't at work, then neither am I.
Girl, what day is this? 45? 46?
Something like that. If the government ain't at work, I'm not either. I actually was stuck in flight cancellations and impacted by the government shutdown, flying from New York City, where I was on Friday, to Cleveland, where I was going for a weekend workshop. Friday night, I took the last. So I didn't know if my flight was going to be canceled or not. So I'm sitting there like at the gate, twiddling my thumbs, like, uh-oh. But the flight took off. But I'm on the plane. Now it's night. Last flight. The pilot's like, well, because of the government shutdown and the shortage of air traffic controllers, we will be flying the entire way at 10,000 feet. Now, typically...
That's not normal, right? Okay.
No. Typically, you're flying at 25, 26, 27,000 feet, 30,000 feet. International flights even higher, but not 10,000 feet. I mean, that's ridiculous. So we flew the whole way at 10,000 feet. And the other thing is, it was winter. There were, if there's weather and bumpy, it was a bumpy ride. Because usually you can change altitude and get in, out of if there's weather, but we just had to, we had to thug it out. And 10,000, I was like, this is so whack. We had to thug it out for an hour and 40-minute trip at 10,000 feet
So
all the
explain to
way
me
because of the government shutdown. There's no other reason why that happened.
explain to me the science behind that, because I heard someone said, I saw it on socials too. They're like, we were flying at 8,000 feet, and I'm like, but
They were
what does that?
flying at 8,000 feet?
Yeah. So what does that mean? Like, are they trying to avoid? I'm
I
assuming
don't
avoid
know.
crashing.
I don't know what I mean, of course. I mean, that's the whole job of the air traffic controllers, but they are overworking them and they're calling out sick and they're not getting paid and they're stressed out and and unfocused. I for some reason I don't know why these low altitudes what they have to do. I have to look this up at some point. I don't know what those low altitudes have to do
Yeah.
with this, but it's very unnerving. It's crazy. It's crazy that we have a regular standard of whatever flight safety is and we have to deviate from it just because of this. Like, I mean, that's not what you want. That's not what you want.
Well,
But anyway.
it sounds like it might be coming to an end, because
Mhm.
there's been some quote unquote deal made, which doesn't sound like a deal at all to me, but to each their own. At this point, I'm just like,
Well, you know what they say about deals.
I I just don't understand. We had a beautiful night on election night where we just saw a blue tsunami. I know this is not a political podcast, but I just want to make this, we didn't have a full week to enjoy this blue tsunami that happened. Well, I'm talking about seats that were red, that were flipped to blue. I'm talking about states that gained over 10 additional seats, mayors being elected, like Detroit electing their first Black
That's
female
right.
mayor,
That's right.
judges.
In the D.
I knew that with the election results of judges in Pennsylvania, like, I don't even need to know this stuff, but the point is, the people showed up. People showed up and voted and said enough. And we had the edge. And certain centrist Democrats felt the need to do whatever they needed to do, brought Chuck Schumer into it all. And now we have millions of people who may lose their health care next year. So look, anyway, let's talk about something else before my blood pressure rises.
I know. We'll put it in the show notes. This is politics. We have politics free episodes and we have politics light episodes. So this is politics light because the rest is not really. We're
Yeah,
talking about
that's it.
general fluff.
I'm not talking. Well, I may mention it in what I'm on right now briefly, but let's just move on and not talk about
Well,
that, because this is just, it's
on to other
ridiculous.
things. On to other
On
things.
to other things.
I will say that I do love our podcast. I do listen to our podcast after we record it. It is great for an hour of walking or any type of exercise. It's a fun companion. I'm always looking for something I can listen to or watch. And now I'm almost out of Love is Blind episodes because I've now watched every country, every language, every possibility. And I'm on the last reunion episode of Love is Blind UK. I have 9 minutes left. And I'm like, I need something else. So I'm like, at least we have our podcast. I can listen to this
At least we
episode.
have our podcast,
Get me an hour of power walking.
and I also have some suggestions for shows. I just started checking out this one called Pluribus on Apple, and it's odd. It's by the creator who was behind Breaking Bad, Vince Gilligan. I don't even know how to tell you what it's about, actually. It's just odd. I just turned it on last night and I was like, because the premise has been kept under wraps, right?
Oh.
And I turned it on. I was like, okay. And I'm like, what is this about? Okay, interesting. And then I stayed for episode 2 and fell asleep. So apparently episode 2 dipped into more of other things that the show will cover, and according to what I saw on Threads, and I'm just like, what? Okay, so now I have to go back and rewatch it. Anyways, the point is that could be something that's interesting. So if you want something that's a little weird, and then Threads is going off on All Her Fault on Peacock. Apparently, there's a really big twist that people didn't see
Oh,
coming. So people were just all about that this last weekend.
okay. Well, I'm gonna start making up my list after the last 9 minutes of my golden goblet hour. My golden goblet hour. But
Oh my
anyway,
gosh, I love it.
so
So
I see you, girl.
yes, who's your ICU girl this week?
My ICU girl this week is Sheryl Grant, who's a former Ms. Olympia, 63 years old. She's a fitness influencer. So, if you've listened to the podcast, you know about me that I always am looking for 70 plus fitness influencers because I'm just like, if they can do it, I can do
Right,
it. I have no
right.
excuse. So, this Sheryl Grant looks 40. I mean, or not, 40 where? But at 63 years old, she is full mobility, fitness, muscle tone, everything. And it's convinced me that we are approaching aging completely wrong. Like this is not
Mm,
the time to talk about these old bones. This woman is doing kettlebell swings and dumbbell lifts and deadlifts and everything else that you can possibly imagine, completely firm, strong, toned. So I just want to give you one of her quotes that I found in her post that I was obsessively scrolling through after I found her. She said, "Sis, society will try to mute you with age, doubt, and fear. But I'm here to
mm.
remind you that your best years start the moment you decide to show up and turn up for you." So I am so inspired by her. She's Sheryl Grant, one word, on Instagram. If you want to check her out, I'll put it in the show notes. And the other person that I want to highlight in this same vein, because I have been on my fitness journey of,
Mhm.
and so I've been looking for inspiration here, there, and everywhere. Uh, TK underscore wonder on Instagram, 120 plus pound weight loss at age 47 based on
Wow.
1 year of giving up processed sugar and ultra processed foods. And she said she would do long walks. Like she would do 4 hour, she would get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to be able to walk for very long extended periods of time. But she just did it mainly through food modification and then also gentle exercise, but doing something for a continuous period of time. So she looks amazing. So I just think the things that they tell us about age and what's possible, there's more information than that. So
I
those are
love
my
it.
ICU girls. You know what? I met a woman who is 73 in person who looked amazing. I mean, you would never know, just completely agile. You would never know. You would never put that age with the person that I saw. And so it just
Mhm.
has made me rethink what is possible to do with our bodies and how age, it's not just a number, but I think the number it depends what that number is fully contingent on what you decide to do. So you
Yeah,
make it mean what it means. If you decide that it means that you're declining, then that's what it means. But if you decide that it means that you're continually improving, getting stronger, staying agile or becoming more agile, then that's what it means. That's what you'll make it mean. So that's what
that's
I'm
right.
starting to understand for sure.
That's right. I'm also finding over and over again that it's all about walking.
Mhm.
Like, strength training, sure, absolutely, right? But I see a lot of both men and women who've used your term, gentle exercising, just walking with a weighted vest and keeping active that way. And it's
Yep.
balancing their hormones. It's helping them lose weight, and in addition to diet modifications. But
That's right.
that's very encouraging because for certain people, they'll tell you like, oh, you have to be lifting 5, 6 a week and da 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 da. I'm like, yeah, but if you want to bodybuild, sure. But if you just want to be healthy and be toned and just look good in your
Right.
clothes and just keep a healthy weight, just eat less or eat right, and it will eat less and
Move.
right, and keep
Eat
it
less and
walking.
right.
Hmm.
Eat less and right. That's about right. And keep it moving. Yeah, keep it
I
moving
love that. Cool. I
in
can't
the
wait to
basic
check
way.
their pages out. And the 120-pound weight loss sounds insane in a year. That's awesome.
Yeah, you've got to that's TK_wonder. You got to check her out. It's incredible. It's very inspiring.
That's
And
dope.
I love that she did it in a gentle way.
Dope, dope, dope. Well, speaking of inspiring, I am inspired by Brandy and Monica. I went to go see them on
Oh.
Sunday to the LA show with one of my friends, Yvonne Orgy, and it was everything.
Wait,
Everything.
let's just pause the subtle name drop with my friend Yvonne Orgy,
Oh, well,
aka Molly, our forever Molly, aka our hostess with the mostest. Girl, it's like with my friend. I mean, see, people don't know who they listening to in this podcast. I'm like, if that's what I'm just saying. That's who your host, your co-host, your host is. She's like, my friend, you
it's
know.
my homie. I've known her for many years. Yes, yes. And she was her plus one to the concert, and it was awesome. It was everything. I am still in awe of seeing these two ladies perform 27 years in the business, and it showed. It really, like, the sets, the packages that they were playing before, the songs, the dancers, the set list was iconic. All of your faves were played, a few deep cuts, but most of the faves were played and or performed. And it just, I don't know why it dawned on me at that while I was in the concert that, like, these ladies had some hits, like
Hits, absolutely.
hits,
And
hits.
I love that they're getting their big tour to have that staging and that budget and to really get to
Hmm.
perform in that way at that level with the fashion and
The
the
outfits,
costumes and the it's we our legends deserve this, and
absolutely.
I'm so happy for them.
Underscore legends, because
Yeah.
they brought it. The mics were on the entire
Okay, the mic is
time.
on, boo. Don't get it
Okay?
twisted.
On.
I love that.
And then we had some special guests. We had OT Genesis, we had LL Cool J, we had Mario. Backstage we had Rihanna, we had Queen, Jennifer Lewis. It was a time. It was such a
A
treat.
time was had.
A time was had. And if you are remotely a fan of either of these ladies, please go see them. They're touring, I think, through the first week of December or through the first 2 weeks of December. They put on such a great show. And Kelly, I missed Money Long. I would never
Money Long,
Money Long. I
and
missed her, but I got to see Kelly, and she also, again, the mic is on. She also put on a fantastic show as well. It was
I've been
just a
seeing
really great
clips in
time.
social. Sheila, her costuming is
She
amazing.
looks amazing.
Amazing. I need to know. I'm like, what's T girl? Because the body. I mean, what is you just? But she's always been
Oh,
held it
yeah.
together. But I've again, again. So I love that. I love that for
Mhm.
them and for us. And what a bill. I mean, to have as your first opener as Money Long, then you get Kelly Rowland, and then you get Brandy and Monica. That's a great show.
And then you get these
That's a great
special
show.
guests, but,
And yeah,
like,
and
it
LA
was
is such a
phenomenal.
good market for that because people are who you never know who's gonna pop up in the LA show.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, we the the crowd went up for LL.
Of
Yeah, I
course.
mean, up for LL. It was
Of
so good. It was so, so, so good. It was definitely millennial coded. Even before the ladies came on stage, we had a little R&B party, and you were just acting a fool then too. The whole place was up. It was a very, very, very good
I
time.
love that for us. We need that. We need that right now.
It was a good time.
And
Go see them,
speaking of
please.
right
Please, please
now,
go get your life and go see
what
them.
I'm on
You
right
won't be
now,
disappointed.
AKA tell me immediately. Tell me immediately. No gatekeeping segment.
The no gatekeeping segment. It's my favorite segment, actually.
Well, I will start with what I'm on right now. So I've been on breathing. Breathing as a tool, breathing as a nervous system regulator, and I was reminded of this by my massage therapist who has moved on to greener pastures because for a moment, if you have a massage school in your city, they have a clinic because that's part of the certification for massage therapy,
Mm.
and you can go to the massage school clinic for a greatly reduced price and get your good massage, like your good hour in. This is like hot tip right now. Like I'm telling you, I'm putting you on. So here, there's massage school. You can get $50, $45 hour massages, like with the whole
What?
yes, yes. And these are people, they're doing, their best. They're still learning, but they're doing their best work. These are the massage therapists that you would find in other places later on at double, sometimes more of the cost. But if you want a regular practice of getting a massage, the massage school clinic, find one in your area. That's the place to go. So I went to my local massage school clinic, and I was going for trying to go once a week. But my massage therapist that I've been going to see, she started talking to me about breath work, and she was saying that one of the most powerful things you can do is hold your exhale for 5 to 8 seconds
Yep.
or longer, which gives your lungs a chance to fully complete the gas exchange, to exchange carbon dioxide with oxygen, and so you can fully, clear your system. So I've been doing that. I've been taking in, deep breaths and then doing the slow exhales, and it actually does make you feel better. So I wanted to spend a little bit of time talking about that, and I'm going to talk about it in health and healing as well. But effectively, the what I'm on right now is marking time with some kind of small deep breath ritual where it's just like you spend an hour in a concentrated task
Uh-huh.
and you acknowledge the completion of the time that you spent doing something. So it's not a slog and it's not grueling, and you're not just head down for 4 hours and the day, and next thing you know you look up and the whole day has passed and it's exhausting, and then you rinse and repeat and do the exact same thing the next day. I saw this video. It's an ancient Mayan practice of marking an hour that's passed. So what I've been on right now is trying to acknowledge, especially now that I'm on deadline and I'm doing a lot of writing projects and I'm sitting in the same place for long hours at a time, starting to mark the passage of an hour, because the belief is that each hour brings new energy. So if as you mark the completion of 1 hour, you're marking the passage of time and the entrance of new energy in a new period of time that's different from the last. So that's what I'm on right now. It's a little bit esoteric, but we're going to be
Wow.
talking about breath work and breathing and just small things that you can do in this time. People are stressed out. It's the holidays. It's a lot going on. So just little small things that you can do to make your day a little bit easier on yourself in the midst of this hectic season for everybody. So that's what I'm on right now.
I love that. I do breath work. I do the 4-7-8 method where I breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for 7 seconds, and then breathe out for 8 seconds.
Mhm.
Changed my life.
That's what I heard. I heard that. And yeah, people have heard of the parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous systems. You want to activate your parasympathetic nervous system and you can do that through breathing. So if you're feeling anxious or stressed, breath work will get you into it's called the rest and digest. The parasympathetic nervous system is your rest and digest system, and the angsty nervous energy system is your sympathetic nervous system that you get
Mm.
thrown into when you're in a stressful situation. So how to get back into the rest and digest phase of your being energy system is through breathing, through breath work. So
It is so cool. I can tell the difference. And now I have my daughter doing it too before
yeah,
whenever she calms down.
mindfulness. Yeah.
Mhm. She
I love
when she
that.
gets worked up, I tell her to do the box breathing, and then that's what she does, and she calms down.
Yep.
And she even goes like, "Wow, that really worked." I'm like,
Yep.
"I know." It feels like a not even a sigh of relief. What's the best way to describe it? It feels like I don't know. Like I guess you could say like a breath of fresh air, but like think about your most relaxed moment and times that by 100. That's what it feels like after the end of after I do the 4-7-8 thing. Whenever I do it, I always feel like I can conquer the world. Honestly, it's great.
I'm taking my own deep breath right now.
You want to do it right now? Okay, let's breathe in 4 seconds, hold for 7, breathe for 8, breathe out for 8. It's like a nice hit.
It is. I hope people listening did that along with us. We've been putting y'all onto stuff.
So, what I'm on right now is PBS Origins on YouTube. It's my new favorite channel. Yes, girl.
It's a new channel?
It's not new, but it's my new favorite channel.
Oh, okay.
And I have been gobbling. So, PBS is on dealing with some stuff because of 47, blah, blah, blah. We know this. Anyway, I have been gobbling up these 10-minute episodes of history. History
Oh.
definitely should have been taught in school. Shocker. But I am particularly obsessed with this series called In the Margins and another one called Rogue History. So In the Margins is a series that covers history that you should have been taught in school. It explores obscure yet captivating tales that offer unique insights into their time and place. This is what the channel says. So they have this video called, this is one of my favorite ones, The Hidden Black Society They Don't Teach You About in Virginia.
Oh.
Did you know during slavery, in the Great Dismal Swamp in Virginia, thousands of Black people created a hidden free society. They were
In the
called
swamp.
in the swamp. They were called the Maroons. Have you heard of this?
No, I've heard of the Maroons, but I didn't know that they were a hidden society, a hidden free society in the swamp. But I've heard of the Maroons.
200 small islands. They built cabins, planted crops, raised livestock in the swamps. This community lasted 250 years in secrecy.
Really?
Completely self-sufficient. They thrived in the swamp.
So are you dropping the link for this episode in the show notes? Because I need to see this right now.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I sure will.
Are you trying to tell me Wakanda is real?
Wakanda. We had our version of Wakanda in Virginia.
We had our version of Wakanda in Virginia.
What's so fascinating to me is that there were people that were free in the swamps, but then enslaved nearby the swamps. So there was one story where I think the man was enslaved, but the wife and kid was not. They were free in the swamps. There were like 3 tiers of people that lived in the swampage. And they had different names for them, but they were all called Maroons. It was absolutely fascinating. I never heard this before.
10-minute episodes. There's no reason why not to watch this.
That's what I'm saying. It's like 10, 12 minutes. But again, the episode is called The Hidden Black Society They Don't Teach You About in Virginia. So that's one. The other one is called Rogue History. Now, Rogue History is all about unraveling myths and little known stories about people doing interesting things in history. I was fascinated by the story of Peggy Shippen. Do you know who Peggy Shippen is? No? It's okay. I'm about to tell you. She was a rich young woman who couldn't be bothered with the American Revolution at the time. She wanted to wear her fancy dresses. She wanted to go to her parties, and the revolution was getting in the way of that. So naturally, she inserted herself to ensure that the American Revolution would not happen so that she can continue to live her best life. She was the woman that found Benedict Arnold.
Oh, really?
The guy that betrayed us, as you know, or us, the US, them, whatever. Anyway, she before Benedict Arnold was a traitor, he was actually a savior. He was a well-regarded military man, but he got injured and he was feeling really sad about it. Somehow Peggy found him, and because he was kind of put out to pasture, he was
Mhm.
really upset about that. And Peggy picked up what he was putting down and was like, "Ooh, I feel like this dude right here, he can help me with my cause.
Ooh.
Let me recruit him for the British."
Oh.
So they fell in love, quote unquote. They got
See?
married, and she suggested Benedict to one of her homeboys, who was one of a British captain. I forget his name. Anyway, I must give you the link so you can see the story. Anywho, she almost caused a revolution to not happen. She was really, really, really close, like really, really close. It was actually it was quite.
She was using her love tunnel, girl.
She, you know what? Speaking of love tunnel, do you know Aretha Franklin's song "Pink Cadillac" is about her
Mhm.
love tunnel? Did you know that?
No.
Yes.
I now will be listening to this completely different from now on.
You know we riding on the freeway, pink
Nope.
Cadillac.
That's what that oh. She was
Okay.
like, "Keep the rhythm steady." That's
Anywho, back to Peggy Shippin.
now
So
we who knew? Who knew?
Peggy Shippen and Benedict actually escaped to London, and no one knew her role in possibly preventing the American Revolution from happening. She wrote letters, she coordinated meetings. At one point, they were separated and he almost got caught, but the way that she kept them off their trail was acting hysterically as if like something happened. She said that Benedict was taken into the clouds.
What?
She played into her misogyny. She played into everything, that all her feminine wiles. She used all of that to take them off of their scent. She was never suspected. She made her way back to England. She got a little thing from King George as a thank you, a couple £100 for her service. The only reason why we even know that she was involved, they found letters with secret messaging in the 1920s or 1930s or something like that. So it was a
Wow.
long time before anyone found out what Peggy Shippen did.
Peggy.
So, anyways, that's what I've been doing. I've been gobbling up. There have been other videos. They talk about the history of the black scent. They talk about what was the other thing? Oh,
I need to see
the
that. The
the
history of the
wealth gap
blacksmith.
between Black Americans and white Americans and how that came about. And like I said, these are bite-sized videos. So if you're a lover of history or just want to be entertained by, because the way that they tell these stories, it's very modern. Like the guy that was talking
Yeah.
about Peggy Shipman, he was like, let me give you the tea, and then called her and her girls the mean girls, and Peggy was like the Regina George of her group. It was really,
Oh.
really funny.
I am not the biggest history fan or biggest history buff, but if you can
Mhm.
give it to me in 10 to 12-minute entertaining bite-sized stories, I definitely am here for it. And I also was here for Hamilton. I mean, I know who King George is very well at this point, although in my version he sings. He sings "You'll Be Back." And so so when you said King George,
Da-da-da-da-da. Yes, he's a saucy king, King George.
he's a saucy guy. He's a saucy
Saucy.
guy.
But, I'm on this history tip ever since, the podcast, Pots of America with Heather Cox Richardson, where she talked about America and
Yeah.
don't
Oh, that's
worry,
right.
y'all,
Yes, that's
we've been
right.
here before, if not
You're
worse.
you're all about going back to see forward.
Yes,
History
you
is
got
your crystal ball.
100%.
I got
100%.
it. I got it. And these
Mhm.
times we need assurance. Well, in the meantime, minding my black business, I
Mhm.
wanted to talk about my time in New York last week. So I have talked about Storehouse Voices, which is the publisher of The Best Man Unfinished Business. If you have not picked that book up, this book right
When
here,
is book
go
2 coming out? Stop playing games.
TBD, TBD. But
You see, even Mocha was like,
every time there's a moment, he has little interjection. But yes, not the hottest book of the summer will keep you warm all winter. That's where we are with that. But I was invited to the Penguin Random House headquarters in New York City last week to speak to a group of Black women aspiring writers as part of Storehouse
Mm.
Voices pipeline program, with Words.
Wow.
And so it was a beautiful thing to see, because with traditional publishing, it has been so historically exclusionary particularly for
That's right.
underrepresented writers, and particularly for Black women voices. The pipeline's so underdeveloped that we need not just representation on the shelves, but we need work to establish a deeper bench in the pipeline, because people are so
Uh-huh.
discouraged. We don't have the stories that we should have in the pipeline ready to go as more opportunities open up, and we have imprints like Storehouse Voices and other places to place stories that represent us. So it was a
Right.
beautiful thing to see 80 selected writers. I think there was over 10,000 submissions in conjunction with Essence, and we were at Essence Festival
What?
of Culture over the summer, and it's
Wow.
something that continues. And I think what's beautiful is that these aren't just like standalone things. It's not just a book is published or the Essence Festival or these one-offs. It's a whole long-term plan and long-term approach to diversifying and including stories that have been historically excluded from the shelves. So I was
That's what's up.
there, and it was just beautiful to see, and it helped me see more and understand more of what Storehouse Voices is and what's going on. It's so much more than just a book published or the book's coming next year or the people getting book deals now. It's the development of a strong pipeline of writers and stories that will be forthcoming for decades. So I gave the keynote for the event in the morning and was able to talk about my journey with these aspiring writers. And I thought it was so important when I thought about what I wanted to say, because my journey was not direct. It was very unconventional in a lot of ways,
That's right.
shepherding a book called Black Girls Must Die Exhausted. And I encountered a lot of pushback in the very beginning from gatekeepers saying that my Black female protagonist was not relatable, that they didn't like her, they didn't understand her story. Basically, they did not think she belonged on stage. And I had to go around that and wind up self-publishing, and there were so many lessons that I learned along the way. So to be able to share both the self-publishing and self-published direct approach and traditional publishing and being traditionally published and that experience, to share my learnings from both of those avenues with this room of beautiful, vibrant, gorgeous, intelligent Black women writers, what with stories to tell, was absolutely, it was beyond. So I do want to share what I told them in the end. I said, you have
Yeah,
5
please do.
responsibilities. If you're listening, you're an aspiring writer. I said, after I gave all the remarks and told the whole story, which I think I've told pieces of it in previous episodes, but the takeaway was 5 responsibilities as an author. Number 1, and some of them you can start now. One is reading, just reading voraciously. If there's a book that's coming out by an author like you, pick that book up and read it. Now, don't worry about whether it's good or not, or whether it's, great, or the next classic novel. Don't worry about that. Just pick the book up and read it.
Uh-huh.
That's the important piece of it. You need to see different perspectives, you need to see different approaches. You need to stop worrying about the judgments of whether something is good or bad, and just see what the story is and how it's told. That's the point. That's the point, sis. Secondly, putting yourself out there, being able to market yourself, sharing your thoughts, sharing your voice, starting to share your voice now. You don't have to wait till you write your book to share your voice. You can go on social media, pop up a video, do a live, tell your story from the week or whatever it is, or start a podcast. Putting yourself out there is number 2. Telling your story is number 3. Your story, emphasis on your. Your job is to tell your story, your truth, not someone else's story, not the story you think is going to sell, your story. That's
Mhm.
very, very important. And the fourth responsibility is believing in yourself. You have to believe in yourself like it's your job. Believe in yourself. This journey requires you to do that, to believe in yourself. Other people will come along and believe in you along the way, and some people will believe and some people will not. But at the end of the day, you have to believe in yourself. That's how your story gets told. And the last is to give back. So once you find your footing, to bring somebody along with you, to share your journey, to help somebody else out, to offer assistance in any way that you can. We write blurbs for each other. We do endorsements. We read manuscripts that we may not have time for, even though we're on deadline. We do all kinds of things as part
Yeah.
of being a citizen of this space. So those were my takeaways from that. And if you aren't familiar with Storehouse Voices and what's happening, the publisher is Tamira Chapman. Uh, it's just an incredible every time I am with that group of women, it is magical. There is something very, very special going on there. It's incredible energy. So that is a business to continually watch out for. I'm sure I'll talk about them more because we have 2 more books coming.
Word. I
But,
love this. That's
yeah,
amazing.
beautiful time.
Did you get a chance to interact with any of the women that were so
I did.
pardon me if I missed this. So 80 of these women have been chosen to attend this workshop, right?
Yes, from
So
among
they
10,000 submissions.
wow. So they read
Yeah.
10,000 submissions
Yeah, they
and
did.
invited 80 people there to meet with the president.
The president of Crown Publishing was there. If you don't know Crown Publishing, they published Barack Obama's memoir, Michelle Obama's
I
books.
think they're the biggest
Con
publisher in the world, right?
well,
They're number 1?
Penguin Random House is the largest publisher. Yeah,
Right.
they are, and I think HarperCollins is right behind
Number
them.
2. Mhm.
So Crown is an imprint within Penguin Random House, and but Crown publishes the big memoirs. You know, the Barack Obama memoirs. I think they published. It's a very big deal, and then agents came, so they had there was opportunity for agent meetings. There was opportunity to meet with editors. There was an opportunity to have craft discussions and how to do certain things from a
Oh,
craft
that's
perspective.
phenomenal.
Roy Wood Jr., who has a memoir, The Man of Many Fathers, his he did a fireside chat with Levi Ajayi. So it was just an incredible day, and it was so incredible that it was one of those things that to sit back and really take in after the fact what I have been a part of. So something very, very special is happening, and
Incredible.
it's worth supporting. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Wow. Congrats to those 80 women. That's
Yes, yes.
what an
Stories.
incredible feat. Like 10,000 submissions and 80. You're one of 80 and you're in the room where it happens. Like that
Yeah, I
callback.
know. I know. I
I
know.
love that. I love that
You'll
so
be
much.
back.
I love that so much. Well, my Black business is back to the continent. I feel like the last couple of weeks I've been talking about the continent a lot. Maybe the algorithm just knows I probably want to leave this country. Anyway, Botswana and Angola, 2 of the biggest diamond producers in the world, are potentially or they're in talks to partner up to buy De Beers.
What?
Yes, which is, the company responsible for shaping the entire diamond industry
Yes, this is
past
huge.
century. So the company that owns De Beers, Anglo American,
Mhm.
they have an 85% uh, piece of the company. They are selling its stake.
Wow.
Botswana already has 15% and supplies the most diamonds to De Beers. Angola has their own diamond company, but they were like, we want some of that too. So if this goes through, this would be major because not only for ownership, but control over resources. They can
Yeah.
set the trend for other countries to follow suit. You can price your resources appropriately. You can source your resources ethically. You can boast not boast, boost local economy, all of that. This is a huge deal. So something to keep our eye on with Botswana and Angola owning De Beers. Can
That's
you imagine?
huge. I can, because at this point, Africa is pretty much like not on my watch. Like, we want all of our resources back. We are no longer going to be at the bottom of the stack. We are starting to refine our own raw materials. And at this
Mhm.
point, you're going to have to come see us about everything. So I am not surprised. I mean, I had not heard that, but after I heard what they're doing with chocolate and everything else, I was like, okay, we might need to look. I think I saw a statistic that a considerable portion of the world's population will be concentrated in Africa on the
Yep.
continent within a relatively short period of time.
One
So
in
I
one in
understand
four,
why.
one in
Mhm.
four by 2050. Imagine what else we could be doing over there. When I say we, I consider myself Beninese American. I know this was of topic not 2 weeks ago, not too long ago, but my family's from West Africa, so I claim that as well. And it'll be really interesting to see what else comes of this. So shout out to Botswana and Angola, and I hope this deal goes through. It's not completely a done deal, but this could be major.
It could be major. Well, I think that we, as African Americans in particular, need to start thinking more globally and realizing that we are part of a larger diaspora and that our culture did not start here. Our culture is reflected. The culture that we have here reflects where our culture started, but our ancestors came from Africa and they
Hmm.
kept a lot of the traditions and culture. It's now been morphed and wrapped into African American culture, but we have roots. It didn't just begin here. We don't begin and end here, and we won't begin and end here. So I do think we need to start thinking from a much broader perspective. And I don't think it makes any sense at all to draw that distinction. I do know that the distinctions are drawn from both sides. From other
Hmm.
places they'll say, oh, African Americans aren't, Africans, or African Americans say, well, Africans aren't African. But I that's just because it happens doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. And so this is the time, I really think, to start thinking broader. And I'm glad that we bring those perspectives into this podcast, where to understand that we are part of something much bigger, much broader.
I agree.
And we
I
can't be
agree.
limiting our perspective. We can't be limiting our perspective. I mean, look, the Maroons were making free villages in the swamps. Okay. So we need to know what's going on everywhere.
Okay.
Everywhere.
So this is a win for them, is a win for us. And yeah, I was really surprised to see this news. I was like, wait, De Beers? What?
I mean, that's huge. That's much more than a small segment, but we have to talk about that another time. There's so much history, and whoo, honey, that
Yes.
development deserves an episode of its own.
I know, right?
But in the
Jesus, take the wheel.
meantime, Jesus take the wheel. Well, this is my Jesus take the wheel. Have you seen?
Hmm.
I know you've seen the mugshots of the two captured burglars of the Louvre
I was
heist.
so mad. I
Honey,
was rooting for them.
I'm still rooting for them. Now that I know what they look like, I was
I know.
like, am I being punked? Is this really a setup for a television show that we're gonna watch with one of our favorite streamers? Is this
Truly.
real?
It's the
Is
new
this really
version of
real?
Prison Bay. Remember when Prison Bay, that whole
That's
thing
right.
happened?
This is Lupin. But I'm like, is this the casting for Lupin that we're not aware of?
'Cause those two, they were
Is
very
this a spinoff? Is this a
good looking.
spinoff? Because I looked at those mugshots, both of them. I'm like, were they models and they just weren't making enough money? Did they get
Right.
hungry? What's going on? They why are they both so attractive, and why are they both working together for one of the heists of the century from the
I
Louvre?
know. I know.
So
Isn't
I'm
that
like,
crazy?
why have they gathered together?
I it makes no
Why
sense.
I have so many questions. I have so many questions. I'm like, why wh- why why is this collaboration so attractive?
Be
Like,
like,
why?
why are
I
y'all
just
so
don't trust
fine?
it.
Like, I don't get it.
That would be that would be my defense. I would, if I was their defense attorney, I would just be like, well, if they both had the same defense attorney, but I'd be
I'd
like,
be like, they're innocent. They're
ladies and
innocent.
gentlemen in the jury, look at them. Look at them. Do they need to steal items from the loot?
They're too
Case,
fine to be stealing
I
shit.
rest my case. I know. Can't they be? I mean, would do you believe this? I would be my closing argument would be like, look at them. Did they
That's
look
it.
like? Did these guys look like they need to steal stuff from the Louvre?
No,
They didn't
no,
do this.
they didn't do this.
And let's
They're
be
innocent.
honest,
They're
you don't
innocent.
want these guys to go to jail. You want them to take you to dinner.
They're too fine to be in
They
jail,
too
Your
fine to
Honor.
be in. There's such a thing as too fine to be. This would be my too fine to be in jail argument defense.
And I would be there if I was that judge. I was like, "You're right. Charges dismissed."
Gavel, I know, case dismissed. So yeah, so that's my Jesus. They have the perpetrators have been located, found, booked, and mugshotted, and we were given the gift of seeing who actually allegedly committed this crime.
Yeah, the comments were very interesting. They were all that. They were all like, "Wait a minute. Wait a minute. These two?
Saying it. Say, I know. No, but we need answers. We need answers. So
I hope
that's
they
all I
have
have to
their
say.
moment in court."
They do. They'll have their day in court. If they need a defense attorney, I would dust off the, dust off the law degree and my French.
You be like, "Pro
Mesdames et messieurs,
bono."
mesdames et messieurs, c'est pas vrai, c'est pas vrai.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. I love it. Well, my Jesus Take the Wheel is it's actually pretty sad.
Oh,
There's a creator on TikTok who decided to conduct a social experiment where she called churches all over the country to see if they would help her feed her starving 2-month-old baby.
oh,
Mind you, there's no baby. She
okay.
was just playing a recording of a crying one in the background as she's making these calls. And in Kentucky alone, she called 30 churches.
I'm
Do you want to
bracing myself.
guess how many of them offered to help out of 30?
I would hope at least one.
3. 3.
3 churches.
3.
What?
Most of them did. Now, let me just paint the picture. Most of them didn't have formula or food pantry. Some offered places where she could call that she could reach out to get said formula, but only 3 churches really offered to help. 2 Baptists and 1 mosque.
That's just.
Like, legit was like, "Where are you? Come by in 10 minutes and we'll have some for you."
But even my question would be, who answered the phone?
This is my
You know what
thing.
I'm saying? If you're answering the phone at a church, who answered the phone? Like, wouldn't somebody, if you're answering the phone at a church, also have compassion? I would think. But then again, I have been surprised by
Like,
many things in 2025.
Have you ever had a crying baby in your ear? Like a hungry cry baby in your ear?
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm on the other side of that phone and I hear that, even if we don't have anything in the church, I'm going to
Right.
buy that formula for you.
Right.
I'm just going to buy it.
Right. Exactly. That's why, like, who answered the phone? And I, even if it was just an emergency, one time something, or I would try to corral resources. This is what I don't understand, where people were, I think, wasn't it the woman who was on the board of the Make-A-Wish Foundation also threatened to call ICE on somebody?
Yes.
Like, what is happening? You can't. it's not compassion on call. It's not like, oh, between the hours of 2 and 4, I will be a compassionate person to these defined set of people. If you're a compassionate person, you're a compassionate person. You
It's
failed,
not even
ma'am.
someone said it's not a social experiment, it's actually a test from God, and I think it is. I think it's really sad to see, and she just keeps calling these churches all over the country. I'm talking about all over the country, and majority of these churches did
Mm,
not help. They did not
mm.
help her at all,
So
at all.
2025. This is such a
It's
2025
very
story.
2025. So then people are like, well, where does the money go? If I'm tithing, where is this money going? It's supposed to go for situations like that. And you had other people arguing in the comments, well, you're not supposed to
Mm,
have money at churches and da 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 da. And the other people are like, that's a lie. I've had money at churches for situations just like this. Another person
mm.
volunteered. They've been a longstanding member of this church and they were short of rent, the $200, and then asked the church to help her. And the church was like, no. They
Wow.
told her no. But quick to judge the person that was doing X, Y, and Z, or judge
Mhm.
her. Actually, I think she left her husband
Oh,
and
no. The
and
story
they were
gets
like, "Well,
worse.
you shouldn't have left your husband," or something crazy like that. Like that is
This is why
I
that
can't.
did we ever find out what happened with the aliens? Did they pass us by, or they were like, "You know what? It ain't worth it."
They still out there, girl.
They're
They
like, "We
that
they're like, we
comet, as they like to say it is still out there floating around.
it's like, I don't know if we don't have permission to land. We might have to cruise on by.
Quick, lock your doors. Lock
I
your
know.
doors. Roll up the window.
They're like, don't let them see us.
Ooh, the ghetto. The ghetto.
It's like
To quote Nene Leakes.
we got to get out of here. So health and healing.
Yes.
Would you like me to start with health and healing?
Yeah.
Mine is not that long. I kind of already talked about it, which I always try to tie the themes together. But what my theme for health and healing this week was just take a breath, sis. Take a breath.
Mm.
It's about to be the holidays. We are approaching peak stressful season, back to back. Thanksgiving, then Christmas, Hanukkah, Diwali,
Kwanzaa,
Kwanzaa,
Boxing Day,
New Year's. There's so much on its
winter
way.
solstice. We are
That's
a very inclusive
we
community.
are very whatever we have failed to mention is not on purpose. But during this window, the point is that there's so much that's celebrated during this time, and coming together with expectation, other people's expectations, family expectations, obligations, the whole ball of yarn. So, my health and healing reminder is just take a breath. We talked about the box breathing. We've given so many tools just in this episode of how to activate the systems within your body that bring you calm in any moment. How to mark the passage of time in an hour to make a new make a new experience of a new hour. How to
Mhm.
take the moment and shift the tide. If you're feeling stressed, to do your box breathing, your inhale, hold, and exhale. So, breath work is important. It's something that's so powerful and immediately accessible to you. So, my health and healing is quite simply take a breath, sis, for yourself in this moment. Give yourself a pause and a reset. And do not let the S in seasons greetings, stand for stress.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
Let it go. Let it go. Like
Let go, let
frozen.
flow. Honestly.
That's right.
So my health and healing is actually kind of it's like the cousin of that. So I came across this book called Likeable Badass: How Women Get the Success They Deserve by this writer named Allison Fragile. Sorry if I'm butchering your last name, Allison. The core idea is she thinks the reason why women often face difficulty at work, it's not just the lack of power, it's a status problem.
Mm.
So status to her is like how others see you. So if you have
Mm-hmm.
titles or credentials, but people don't respect or value you, you're stuck, right? because you don't have
Mhm.
status. So to bridge that gap, she argues you must become a likable badass, someone who's both assertive and warm. You know your
Ah,
value, you ask for what you deserve as being an assertive person, but you're collaborative, you're relatable, you bring people in. Okay, cool. Now, she says you can achieve this by doing three things: drive your own narrative, which is tell your story, as you mentioned earlier, find others that promote you and open doors for you, and get rid of limiting beliefs like imposter syndrome. So
mm,
I'm thinking about this, and I'm reading, not reading the book, but because I haven't read the book, because at first I was like, oh, I'm gonna get this book, but then I was like, you know what? I feel like as Black women, we've already been doing this. It's this emotional calculus that we have to do.
mhm,
We have to show up and be approachable, but also not be too powerful. We can be
mhm.
vocal, but not threatening. Like, we've been learning how to read the room, how to be warm and be
Assertive.
without being labeled aggressive since we were born. So when I look at a book like this, I'm like, we've been doing this. Like, I don't need to read this book. But but I feel like where this book falls short is it doesn't take into account stereotypes and systems that were put in place that were never meant for us to succeed anyway. But what really resonated with me
Mhm,
is the status piece and using that as a tool to heal,
mhm,
right? Because yes, we have been
mhm.
using it, becoming a likable badass. We've been coming at it from as a way to, as a defensive mechanism, but not as a self-defined one. So I do think, personally for me, I don't think we do enough
Mhm.
of talking our own shit. I think we're quick to hype other people up. I think I'm very
Mhm.
quick to hype other people up. But right, but we got to do it ourselves. We have to, like, remember when you talked about the word humble and the origins of that word, and the reason.
Yes, humiliate. To make low, yes.
Okay, so I've been asking myself, like, when do I mute my warmth, my assertiveness, my joy, my humor? When do I think I'm being too much? When do I lessen my expertise because I don't want to seem intimidating? And I really want to get out of that because I definitely do not do enough of talking my own shit. I know that for a fact.
Mhm.
I just don't.
Mhm.
I just don't. So yeah,
Well,
focus on status. Like, how do you use status to heal? How others see you so that you can heal from within and not focus so much on the external factors. So that's what I'm working on. My health and healing this week.
I love that. I love that for us.
Mm,
Mm.
mini
Well,
clap.
that brings us to what's good. Mine is very quick and short. On Netflix, since I'm at the last 9 minutes of the last Love is Blind season available currently, which I've made my way through the UK, France, the US, all the cities. I had to find something new. So there is a Lisa movie on Netflix, a docudrama. Remember Lisa and Cult Jam? Yes,
Yes.
I am here for it. It's all 80s, the hair, the clothes. If you have not checked that out on Netflix, the Lisa movie is there. I think
Wow.
I think you're welcome in advance. I think, but I will watch it and I will report back. I presume it has to be good. It has to be good. Lisa, docudrama. Is there going to be music? There better be music. That's all I have to say.
Did Lisa do that song? Ooh, baby, I think I love you from head to toe. Is that Lisa in the Cold
I
Jam?
I think that is. I have to go back and I mean, it's just such an institution, and that there were so many artists at that time. I feel like there was Lisa and Cult Jam. There was Sheila E. There was this. It's
Mm-hmm.
just that whole era.
That was an era. Sheila E was my girl. That. Just watching her glamorous life. Do, 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 do. Okay. Anyway,
I'll let you know. I hope there's music in this docudrama, but we will find out.
let me know because I need something else to watch too. I'm always looking for something to watch. Well,
I
my
will
what's
report
good.
back.
Oh, please report back. My what's good is our podcast.
Oh, yay. This is
I'm
our
very
celebration time.
Yes, I'm very happy that we stuck with this. We're still doing it and
Me
we're still
too.
having fun with it and it's still just us and people are still showing up and downloading our episodes and enjoying our episodes. So thank you so much for listening to us. Can't believe we've done it for a year. I've had many great moments on this podcast. Sometimes I look back and watch our clips and I crack myself up and I do a lot of accents, I've noticed, and I will continue to do them in the next year. So if you like them, if you don't like them, too bad. But if you like them, you'll get more. So shout out to us.
I like them. So, yes, we have so much coming within the next year. We plan to start doing interviews, and this was just an
Yes.
amazing experience as friends to come together to do something bigger than ourselves and to take a leap of faith on each other. We
Mm-hmm.
we really invested
Yeah.
in getting this podcast started and trying to bring the level of quality in a consistent way, even through moving across country and even with trips and travel. We've missed maybe 3 or 4 weeks, but we've always made it a priority to bring this episode every week with the highest quality. We produce it, we make our show
Yeah.
notes, we bring the best energy that we could muster, no matter what's been going on in the world around us, all of 2025, effectively. From this podcast started on the was the weekend after the election in
Yeah. The Friday after
2024.
the election. Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, this has just been such a labor of love, and Nikki T, I would not and could not imagine doing it with anybody other than you, and I love it
Same,
so
sis.
much, and I'm excited for what's in store. So thank you to our listeners, and
Yeah.
this
More to
is
come.
just keep rocking with us. Tell 5 people. Let's get this community growing.
Thank you. Thank you for listening, y'all. We
So
really appreciate it.
we do. What is your final word?
Your power doesn't need permission. That's
Boom.
my final word. That's it.
Well, my final word is courtesy of Dr. Shaniqua. She's Dr. Shaniqua on Instagram. She's a Black psychologist. She says, everything does not deserve your 100%.
Okay. I know that's right.
I'm going to leave that there.
Because like I
Everything don't
said
deserve
earlier,
it.
I ain't got it. So
Mm-hmm. Look, my 100% is some people's 300%. So I'ma just dial that knob back.
dial it down, dial it back. And it's the holidays. So yes, go and be merry. Even though I know some people may be thinking about canceling Christmas and Thanksgiving. Whatever that looks like for y'all for the holidays, just do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, and take some and breathe, sis.
And
Take
breathe.
a breath, sis. That's right.
Yes.
Breathe through it. Well, we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Have a great week. Bye.
Bye.